So just make your way to a comfortable seat in a chair, not for any other reason than it elevates me for the camera, but please allow yourself to find a seat, maybe wrap your hands around some warmth, bringing some heat into the palms, and then bringing that warmth to the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. Place the finger pads behind that upper trapezius, and just with some light pressure, begin to draw the fingers from the back, upper body, across the shoulder blades, across the shoulders to the collarbone. And again, as you close your eyes and move yourself inward, notice what you notice here. When the finger pads draw in on those upper shoulders and roll over the muscles, you feel any tightness, any little kernels, pause there, press a little firmer and breathe. So first, as you take these sweeps and taps, I want you to notice the physical body. See where that warmth and the light pressure of the hands just bring some softness to the muscles. We say we carry the whole world on our shoulders. Just feel into what you feel. And as we begin today's practice, today is this evening, actually at 2:52 today, is the new moon cycle. And to some of us, that means nothing, and that's fine. I'm not an astrologer, and I really don't follow astrology, but I do follow the moon cycle. And particularly the new moon, because I'm not a big believer in setting resolutions for New Year's. As you finish this, just drop your palms, rest one on top of the other on your lap, and just bring the big thumb pads together and close down the eyes. Find some length in the spine, crown of the head high, the chest and the heart reaching forward, soften the shoulders. So the new moon cycle to me is the beginning of 2 weeks. So we start in a little bit of darkness and we go inward. And we begin to set an intention or an aspiration for what we want to bring into this moon cycle. And in 2 weeks, it'll be full moon. So it'll be time to harvest whatever we sow today. And it's also important with this new moon that you realize we're starting a new cycle, but we're leaving an old cycle. And the same way with it. When we set that intention for the next 2 weeks on, as the light becomes larger and larger and brighter, what is it that we want to harvest at the full moon? But what do we have to release and let go of to bring in on this new moon? So maybe that can be your centering thought today. Take a full breath in and blink the eyes open. Let's interlace here at the left. Draw the palms up to the chest. Reach the elbows wide as you pull through that interlaced finger. Big breath. And on the exhale, press the palms away from you. Tuck the chin in and begin to round through the upper back. Ready for the in-breath, take the palms up towards the heavens. Stand up, find the length. And then nice and slow, release the palms, bring them behind you and interlace. Squeeze the palms together if you can. If not, just reach for your forearms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the chest, maybe lift the gaze. So just beginning to open up the whole upper body, back, other thumb on top, interlace, sit up nice and tall. Draw the breath in the belly in, draw the breath up to the heart. Expand the heart and the breath forward as you round and curl. And then with the in-breath, get nice and long, stand up. Release the arms, nice and slow. Draw them behind you, other thumb on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And then nice and easy, return to center. Hands rest lightly on the lap. Drawing in the belly, send your shoulder tips up and back. And just drop the head, just like you were making a line with your nose. So you're not dropping the whole head forward. Shoulders are still going to be over those hips. Just drop in, tuck in that chin. Feel into the back of the neck. The 7 little vertebrae that have so much running from the brain through that little cord, spinal cord, to the rest of the body. Let the head and gravity bring some space there. Take a full deep breath in. And as you exhale the breath, simply rotate the chin over towards that right shoulder. Just noticing the range of motion here. Bring it back to center and pause. Take the inhale, soften again the shoulders. And on the exhale, chin travels to the left. And then bring it back to the center. And take 2 more rotations each side, just feeling into the neck, the range of motion, and maybe even noticing any little noises or creaks that might be coming up. Fluid movement. And then meet back at center. Re-soften those shoulders. Let the head hang. Full deep breath in. Lift the head back to neutral. Crown of the head up. On the inhale, raise that right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a bend and bring the hand to the temple. And nice and easy, keep the length in your spine. We're only moving here through the neck. Let the right ear drop towards the right shoulder. With the hand on the temple, just lightly resting, maybe you elevate the chin towards the ceiling on a diagonal. And then again, closing down the eyes and going inward into the darkness, into this new moon darkness here. Let the chin travel towards the shoulder. Let the stretch move around the neck. And when you're ready for that inhale, you take the chin back up. And as you exhale, release the chin back towards the shoulder. Twice more on your own. Remember, give yourself permission to pause if it feels good in any place along the line. Stay there for the breath. Or any place that needs maybe a little more attention, pause. We're not in any hurry here. We're just feeling in to all the muscles. Last time, we'll pause with the chin up. Draw the full breath. Exhale nice and slow. And then use your palm to just press the head back to neutral, nice and easy. And release the right hand down to the lap. Shape through the shoulders. Left arm reaches up. Take that bend and bring the fingertips to the right temple now. Again, bellies in. Draw the breath in. Let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder. Just light pressure on those fingertips. And maybe again, closing down the eyes, let the chin travel towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, nice and easy, chin comes down towards the shoulder. Each side is different. Each day is different. So just move with how you feel on this side. Slow, pause, and breathe. Take 2 or 3 more rotations. And when you're ready, we'll all meet with the chin up and pause. And then using that palm again to just help bring the head back to that neutral position. Release the hand back down to the mat. Shoulder roll here. So fingertips on top of the shoulder points, thumbs towards the back. Let those elbows come straight out from the shoulders. Good. And send them back. See how far back, keep the head neutral. You can bring the shoulders just to begin to open up through the pecs and the front of the shoulders. Notice your breath. Are you holding your breath here? Take a full breath. And then little circles, any direction here. Just I'm going clockwise. Underneath my fingertips, I can feel that shoulder joint moving, muscles that are involved in the movement. And I bring myself in there because I can hear a little bit of that clicking, clacking, but as long as there's no pain, I know I'm opening up through the shoulder joint, maybe a little bigger. And then bringing it back down slowly. Elbows wide, chest is lifted, belly's in, nice full deep breath. And slowly we'll reverse that. So again, focus on the finger pads and what you feel under the finger pads. Allow the breath to keep the nervous system calm so that the muscles relax. And then go bigger. Moving, I always like to say the synovial fluid. It only took me 10 years to be able to say that word. Just moving fluid through the joints. Some of us are just climbing out of bed in the West. Some of you in the East with those high temperatures, hydration causes a lot of stiffness in the joints. Slowing it back down, bring yourself back to neutral, go wide one last time. Again, gather the belly in, and as you're ready, elbows are going to come together at center. They don't have to meet, just bring them in, pause so that you can feel the space between the shoulders, and then open back up as wide as you can. Big breath, exhale, draws everything in. Maybe the elbows touch, maybe they don't, but keep them up at least shoulder height and reopen. And we'll just take 2 more just like this. Pause now, bring the elbows back to center. Shoulder blades separate here. Take a breath. And bring your forearms and your palms together. This is that tough work that we build a little bit of strength. So use your breath here. Elbows up high. Gaze maybe at the wrist or the thumbs. Draw the breath in on the inhale. Take the gaze and the fingers up. See if you can maintain the forearms and the palms together, any amount, and then bring it back down. So it's a small movement with your breath. One more, maybe this time you can hold it up as you breathe and gather in the belly. And then drop it back down. Slide the right palm down the inner left arm underneath and find your eagle. So as you come into your eagle, again, focus on the whole back body, the space behind the heart. Lift the elbows high. Again, gaze goes up towards the fingers, or just take it, hands hugging the elbows and just raise and lower the elbows. On your inhale, without jutting the ribs out. Inhale, hold that belly in, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale slowly, we're going to round and curl. So tuck the chin, letting the breath out nice and slow as the elbows come into the body and the hands come down towards the mat. The crown of the head lowers. Pause here for a full breath. So let that spine roll in. Let the shoulder blades roll out. Fill that space with breath. And release the breath. And when you're ready for your inhale, slowly, elbows come up, spine straightens. Maybe the elbows and the hands lift one more time with the gaze. And then we draw it back down to center. Release the arms, let them go wide. Take some shoulder rolls. So we open and we strengthen, right? So hands back onto tips of the shoulders. Jaw in the belly. Soften here where you can soften. Elbows come together at center. Open up nice and wide. Collarbone broadens. Bring it back in. And open up. Last time, this one, we're going to hold those elbows in any amount. Notice how you want to kind of hold your breath to stay here. And maybe there's a little trembling. That's all good stuff. Use your breath. As you're ready, draw the forearms and the palms together. Without jutting out the ribs. Hold that spine nice and strong. Lift the hands, lift the elbows, any amount. And then lower back. We're going to take 5, nice and slow. Inhale and press the forearms together, press the palms together. And lower. I have 3 more, you take yours. Hold this last one for a full breath. And slide that left palm down the inner right arm. Slide it underneath and find your eagle on this side. So again, eagle can be like a big hug. You can squeeze forearms or you can double bind. Lift those elbows and the hands away from the face. Recheck your posture and with the deep breath in, lift the hands, lift the gaze. And as you slow that exhale down, slow the movement as you begin to curl in and round. Elbows drawing in towards the ribs. Chin is tucked. Hands and the head come down. And pause here. Nice rounding in the spine. Length in the back of the neck. Breath in the back of the heart space. And as you're ready for the inhale, lift the elbows, lift the hands, lift the gaze, arch the spine just a bit. And bring yourself back to neutral. Unwind, arms wide, arms down. Take some shoulder rolls. Coming down now to all fours. So just rolling over your knees to all fours. We'll take one last deep shoulder opener. Heart melting pose. So if you want to take a cat-cow first, remember we stack through the joints and we spread the fingers wide. We draw the belly in and we lift the tailbone and the heart. Take whatever movement feels good in your spine. It can be any direction. It doesn't have to be the traditional cat-cow. And bringing yourself back to a neutral table from wherever you are. Draw in the belly like you would scoop it in underneath the floating ribs. Keep the hips right over the knees. Walk the hands forward. And as you continue to walk those hands towards the top of the mat, allow the chest to lower down towards the mat, the forehead towards the mat, the soft tissue under the arms toward the mat. Belly is in, so there's no slack in the spine. Use your breath, particularly the exhales here. Big breath in to lengthen and crawl the fingers forward. Slow, slow exhale to let the body release into this heart melting pose. We're here for 5 breaths. Crawl the fingers forward. Always the option, you know, to take one arm at a time. Always the option to drop the chin down if you feel more open, so the chin rests and the forehead comes off the mat. Deep pose. Find your heart melting pose this morning. Full deep breaths. Cleansing, cleansing. Exhales. One more full round of breath. And then we'll press into those palms, those finger pads. Walk your hands back towards your body. And as you come back to that, excuse me, that tabletop position, bring the knees together. You can flatten the feet or keep the toes curled, whatever feels good to you, but sink the hips back, coming into a closed knee child's pose. Crawl the hands out in front of you so you extend the whole upper body from the fingers to the arms, the shoulders to the tailbone. Take a full deep breath here. Take a moment to now allow the forearms to just drop down, flip the palms so that the palms now face up. Just make a fist. Maybe fist bump the knuckles together at center. Maybe send the knuckles wide. So make some movement through the wrists. Just finding some space there. Maybe you flare the fingers and draw them in. Again, movement that feels good to you right now. And then re-flatten the palms and just slide the arms out to the side, a big T first. Reaching the fingers as far away from each other as you can. And then draw the palms down towards the feet. Flip the palms open. Maybe you grab onto the heels just to complete this nice circle through the whole body. Maybe you just rest the back of the hands on the mat, allowing the shoulders now to get a nice counter stretch. Just release the shoulders. Maybe you even deepen that by bringing the hands to prayer behind the heart space, or just stacking the palms on the spine and allowing the elbows, the weight of the elbows, to deepen the stretch through the shoulder joint and the shoulder blades. And here you breathe. And if you're joining me with this beautiful new full moon, a time to reset, recharge. Yes, there is darkness, but in the darkness, we can see the bright stars. Take that off your mat and into your day. And plant those seeds so that in 2 weeks, when it's full moon, it's time for the harvest. If you're here for the 20 minutes, this is where we'll leave you. Spend a few moments, chart your path, and then take it with you into your day. Namaste. 2 more full breaths into the whole back body, the back of the lungs, the back of the ribs, the back of the heart. We call our back body the shadow. We always want the light to shine in front. We don't want anybody to see their shadow side. So this dark new moon is a chance to honor our dark side and to go inward and to just see what we want to reclaim, rebuild, what brings us joy for the next 2 weeks. Enjoy your new full moon. On your next breath, release the hands from whatever binds your arm. Draw the palms right underneath the shoulders and press your way up to sit on your heels. A little bit of intensity here as we open up through the toes. Lots of different choices, you know. You can bring your hands down to put some of the body weight into the fingers. You're still getting the benefit of the toe stretch. You can even come up to kneeling if that serves you, because you're still opening up through the arches and the toes. But if you can, just for a couple breaths, sit back, maybe bring your hands to prayer at the heart, maybe close down the eyes, soften the shoulders. Set an intention for your flow. Again, something that you want to bring in for the next 2 weeks. And then drop the fingertips back down to the mat. Let the toes flatten out on your mat. Maybe gently press the tops of the feet down into the mat. If you want to take it any deeper, maybe you come back and sit on flat feet, drawing the hands back behind you. So a little bit of a double here. You get a nice stretch through the shoulders and the collarbone area, but at the same time, maybe lifting up one knee or the other, getting a nice stretch in the top of the feet and the top of the ankles. Take one more full deep breath. And then gently lower the knees if they're up. Walk the hands forward. Place them on your mat as you re-tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Let's find that forward ragdoll forward at the back of the mat. So maybe the feet are hip distance apart and parallel. We bend the knees as much as we can, even resting the torso on the thighs so that we get a nice long stretch through the spine. You can deepen that stretch by hugging onto your elbows, let the weight of the elbows bring more length, let the head hang, maybe even rolling out through the neck, maybe swaying through the spine. And for some of you who like the vibration of a little bit of a bounce, see how that feels in your body. Head, hands, hands. And slowly making your way back to stillness. If you have the elbows released, let the arms dangle here for a moment. And then bend into the knees as you set the seat back behind you and roll your way up to stand. And as you roll your way up to stand, allow the arms to come up overhead. Take a little bit of a back bend and then draw the hands to heart. So 4 quarter sun salutations. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale here, let's tap the back of the heart, our shadow spot. And then bring the light to the front of the heart. And then drop the hands back, mountain. 3 more times. Inhale, we reach and extend up. Hands find prayer, bend the elbows, bring the prayer behind you. Re-extend and bring the prayer to heart. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders, twice more. Inhale. Exhale as you tap behind. Inhale as you re-extend. Exhale as you draw it all into the heart. Hands release. Inhale. And we tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draws it in. And close down the eyes. Soften the shoulders. Allow yourself to arrive to your flow. And walk to the top of the mat. And again, as you arrive, maybe we bring the hands back to heart center, feet hip distance apart. Close down the eyes. Begin to notice your foundation here, your connection to the earth. Maybe you shift the weight from the balls of the feet to the heels. Notice how that movement flows through the body. Such a subtle movement. Maybe blade edge of the foot to the inner arch. Front to back and side to side. And once you feel like you found that true center, maybe keeping the eyes closed as we roll through 4 half sun salutations here. You can make the movement of those salutations as fluid and as soft as you do, shifting the weight front to back and side to side. Stay inward. On the inhale, reach the arms out and overhead. Find the prayer. Draw the prayer through heart center as you forward fold. Let everything hang. Easy bend in the knees. Inhaling, lift the heart, find length in the spine. Exhale, gather that belly, let all the air out as you fold. Press into your feet, bend your knees, rise back up. Let the arms extend out. Let the arms reach up, find that prayer. Come back, touch the back of the heart. Touch the front of the heart and fold. Inhaling, we half lift. Exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, we rise up. We reach and gather and draw the hands to prayer. Tapping the back of the heart. Tapping the front of the heart. And fold. Twice more here on your own. Taking your time, leaning back in a prayer Tadasana. Stay inward. Keeping that little bit of buoyancy in the feet. That fluidity in the body. Working into the hamstrings a little bit here. As you're ready, inhale, reach those arms up. This time, swan dive. Take those arms out to the side and with a straight back, come down into a fold. Find your half lift. Fold, plant your hands. Step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Knee is up. Check your front knee and ankle alignment. Hands on fingertips or blocks. So set this up first. Back is nice and straight. Collarbone is lifted. Take a full breath in as you gather the belly. And as you exhale, straighten that front leg and bend over your thigh any amount. Back heel is up. Inhale, come back to your runner's lunge. Lift the heart, press that heel back behind you. Press into the fingertips, straighten the front leg, forward fold as you exhale. Twice more. Bend into the top knee, straighten the spine. Exhale all the air out as you drop the head and straighten the front leg. Last one, hold your lunge here. Find length from that heel to the back of the legs, the hips to the shoulders. Again, let your collarbone lift and fold as you straighten over that leg. Pausing here, draw the belly in. Breathe into the stretch you feel in the back of the leg. One more full inhale. And on the exhale, bend back into that front knee. Pause there once more, get nice and long. And then bend into that back knee so that you can step forward to a fold. To your half lift, send the shoulder tips back, spine nice and long. And then release it all with your fold. Bend your knees, press into your feet. Rise all the way up. Reach the arms overhead. Hands to prayer. Tap the shadow side. Tap the heart. Tadasana. Second side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. So arms out to the side, straight spine as you hinge from the hips. Forward fold. Again, that half lift. And fold forward. Plant the hands. This time, left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Set yourself up. Hands to blocks or your fingertips. Lift the chest, press back through that back heel, length from the heel, hips, shoulders to the crown of the head. Draw a full breath in as you gather the belly. And then as you exhale, straighten the front leg, fold over the thigh. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, we return, runner's lunge. Get long. Exhale, fold in, straighten the front leg. Twice more on your own. Each movement is a full breath. Pause here. Return to your runner's lunge, full breath here. Nice and long. And bring that right hand inside the right foot. We're just going to walk around to the long edge of your mat, coming into a wide angle forward fold. So again, pigeon toe your toes in, heels out slightly. Blocks again are helpful. Draw the belly in. Let the crown of the head come down towards the mat. Take those hands and walk them back in between the feet as far as you can, fingers forward. Let that draw down the head and the shoulders a little more. Maybe you flip the fingers to face away from you and you walk them even further. Again, shoulders relaxed. And as you breathe here, shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Notice how that changes the stretch. The hamstrings connect right into the pelvis. Not too much, just so you can feel some sensation. And if the fingers are pointing away from you, flip the hands back. Press the palms down, a little bit of stretch there through the fingers. And then begin to walk the hands forward like a down dog position. So we're going to keep those hips back, just like our Anahatasana pose, heart-melting pose. Walk the fingers as far as you can. Draw the belly in and then sink the chest down. Again, shifting weight into the balls of the feet. Maybe you even lift the heels here and lower. Hips stay back and up. Lift up the heels and lower. Last time, lift the heels, all the weights in the ball of the feet. Walk those hands in and out. Drop the heart down. Full deep breath. And then walk those hands back towards you. Palms right underneath the shoulders. Elbows are bent. Drop the crown of the head. And we're going to walk the hands over towards the right ankle so that that left hand can hook the ankle or the calf. So as you find that anchor, draw the inhale, draw the belly. Let's take a little twist. So the right arm's going to go out to the side, it's going to go up. Reach to those fingers stacking through the shoulders. You can let that head drop down. You can take the gaze to the thumb. Just don't put any pressure on your neck to try and hold it in any position. Take 3 rounds of breath. Reach higher. Open the chest. Last big breath in. And as you exhale slowly, allow the right arm to come down. Bring both hands back underneath the shoulders. Drop the crown of the head. Draw the belly in with the in-breath. Walk the hands over to the left. Right hand now secures around the ankle or the calf. Let that right shoulder fall in towards your mat as you extend the left arm up and overhead. Draw the belly in towards that left thigh. And again, let the head relax. No pressure in the neck. So we reach through the fingers, we stack through the shoulders, we rotate through the thoracic, the upper body, the ribs, and we breathe. Full deep breath in. And slow breath out. We're here for 2 more slow rounds. So rotate the chest, draw in the belly, reach through the fingers, and breathe. And gently to release. Bring the left hand down, walk the hands back to the center. Let the head drop. Get a little slide bend into the knees. And just let the upper body hang. And the last big stretch here. Bring your hands to the big toes, take the peace fingers around them. And as you grab onto the big toe, let that help you lengthen the spine. Send those elbows out to the side, nice 90-degree angle with the elbows as you reach and press into the big toes. Chest comes closer to the thighs, head hangs. Again, this is a stretch for your wrists, it's a stretch for your fingers, it's a stretch for your legs, your spine. Let your head go. One more breath. And then we'll release slowly. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Good. Slight bend here into the knees. Bring the hands to the waist or the hip crease. And with a straight spine, use the strength of your hips, your legs, and your core. Bring yourself all the way up. Whew. Keep the heels in, toes out. A little movement if it feels good. That was pretty deep. All right, so you don't have to have quite as wide of a stance. You can adjust that. But your toes are out, your heels are in, your hands are at your waist. Squeeze those elbows back behind you. Open up again the whole front of your chest. Take a full breath. And then slide your hands down, bend your knees. So your knees are going to track over that second toe. Keep your hips back so you're not falling forward. You want your shoulders and your hips in one line. Your pelvis is what sinks. Hands to the thighs, thumb on the inside. And then bring your torso forward to rest on your hands like an umpire. And we're just going to take that deep twist through the back body with shoulder dips. So draw the belly in. Your gaze, your neck is right in line with the spine. On the exhale, right shoulder comes into center, dips down. Use your right hand to press the right thigh away and take your gaze over to the left shoulder. Inhale, press back to your center and take it to the opposite side. Left shoulder dips, left hand encourages the left thigh to open. Your gaze goes behind the right shoulder. Take 3 more on your own now. Keep the spine long, bring it back to center and dip. A nice twist through the spine. That control, that's why we hold on. Finishing this last round. Coming back up to center. Walk the hands back up the thighs, straighten the legs. Walk your feet in again, maybe now just to the distance of your mat and move into a squat. Your choice. You're at home. If you have a chair, maybe your squat is in your chair or your coffee table or on your blocks. Keep a nice straight spine. Again, tuck in that pelvis. Hands can be in prayer. Sink the hips back behind you as you open up. Sink down any amount. Use your elbows. Even if you're just up without a chair, use your elbows to encourage the knees to go wider. And then wherever you are, see if you can shift some weight from one foot to the other. Just encouraging that inner thigh to open, outer thigh. A great yoga posture for your digestion, elimination, posture. It's one of the greatest ones we have. Malasana squat. And remember also, you can do this on your back. Happy baby is a squat on your back. So if you find it challenging to squat with full body weight, take it over to the back. 3 more breaths. Press the fingers into the sternum, lift the heart, sink the pelvis. Close your eyes. Just notice what you notice here. And then nice and easy. Any way you can, nobody's looking. Set yourself down. Allow the legs to come out in front of you and give them a bounce. Maybe you bring your thumbs right into the hip crease and press in like we did on our shoulders. Just put a little bit of pressure there. Just give yourself a massage. And then again, nice and tall. Take a bend into the knees, hands right behind the knee crease. Lower yourself down as slow as you can. Tuck the chin around the spine. Come onto the back body and draw the knees into the chest. And as you draw them in, allow the tailbone to round up with you. So as you press the knees into the chest and the tailbone lifts, bring your focus to your low back. Perhaps feeling the muscles there begin to loosen, soften. Then take a rock side to side. Lower the tailbone so that you can feel all the way down to the tailbone as you rock. Maybe circle, circle through the knees. Allow that to take you all the way down to the tip of the tailbone. And as the knees come up, you roll up the spine. And if you're circling, take it the opposite way. And then drop the feet down as if you were going to come into a bridge pose. So the feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Take the right knee over the left, just sort of dangle there. Or if you'd like to do eagle legs, this is a good time to actually draw everything to that center line. Scoot the hips about an inch over to the right. Extend the arms out to the side, palms down, reach through the fingers. So soften the upper body, squeeze those shoulder blades in. Take a full deep breath as you draw the belly in and just let the knees fall over to the left. So we want the whole upper body here to be nice and soft. Maybe you use a block or a pillow underneath the knees so that you don't feel the need to have to hold anything up. Let the earth support you. What a wonderful thing, a wonderful gift the universe gives us, a new moon every month. 2 weeks to set an intention to work on something to make ourselves a little better, so that the world might become a little bit better, so that by full moon's time, we can harvest what we're setting today. Let the knees relax. Maybe straighten that top leg out to the side, just take it a little bit deeper into a stretch. It's not necessary. Allowing the hand to rest on the thigh, just to hold it in place. Breathe into the upper ribs here. And maybe you complete the stretch by gazing over the right thumb. See what you can release with your exhale. Allow yourself to simply melt. Enjoy 3 rounds of If you've rotated the head, bring the head back to neutral first. If the leg is extended, take that bend back and slowly lift the knees back to center. Allow yourself to unravel and bring the feet back to that bridge position. Level out the hips, bring the spine back in line. Just take a moment here. And then we'll cross left over the right. Lift the hips an inch or 2 to the left. Take a full deep breath in as you draw in the belly. And then just take the knees over to the right. Again, use the support so that the whole entire leg structure can completely be at ease. Shoulders soft, face soft, breath soft. If you did so on the other side, maybe you extend the left leg out to the side, using the hand there on the outer thigh or calf to anchor it. But again, not at the expense of rolling onto the side body. We want the upper back flat, the chest lifted towards the ceiling. And again, if it feels good in your body, maybe you rotate the head towards the left. 3 rounds of breath. Drawing the head back to neutral. If the top leg is extended, re-bend into the knee. Use your core here, lift the knees back to center. Unravel. And let the hips level out, let the spine feel the entire length of the mat. And then draw the knees back into center. Squeeze around the shins as you draw the breath in. Maybe pick up the shoulders and pick up the head. And you draw everything into a nice, tight ball. And then release to whatever Shavasana would feel best in your body. Legs up the wall, legs on the chair, table. Maybe you can have that towel or blanket, you cover the eyes. And maybe instead of the arms being wide, you draw the hands into the body. And as you close down the eyes, you come into this inward journey, this dark area now. Bring yourself back to your new moon mantra. It's only 2 weeks, but ask yourself, what is it that I can rebirth or recreate, or what can I do to bring more joy to myself and to those around me, so that when it does be full moon, you can gather and harvest all of it for you, for your loved ones. Enjoy Shavasana. Stay here as long as you can. Giving gratitude again to the gift the universe gives us each and every moment to experience darkness, or in the darkness, we see all the stars shine. Namaste. Pause your device to continue on with your Shavasana. Otherwise, you're stepping off your mat into your day. 2:52 Eastern Time, where the sun and the moon come into complete alignment for just a second. What's your mantra? What do you want to create?